I may not like football, but I love football food.
And in honor of Monday Night Football, I made my healthier take on the classic white bean chicken chili.
I'm gonna show you how to make it. It's so good. White bean chicken chili is one of my favorite soups. I love making it on like a chillier fall night. There's like football on. I don't watch football, but it's like playing in the background because my husband watches it. This version is a little bit more of like a healthier version. It's still really, really good. I'm gonna start by dicing up one onion and pulling apart all of the chicken off of a rotisserie chicken. You can cook your own chicken if you want to. This is so much easier and it tastes so good. I love a rotisserie chicken. If you're not eating pieces of the chicken as you do this, you have willpower. I don't. Set aside the chicken and dice your onion.
It's the only prep you have to do other than draining the beans.
I used 2 cans of cannellini beans. I drained and rinsed this can, but then I put them back in the can because I'm just gonna mash them with a fork. And then the other can, you're just gonna drain and rinse, but leave them whole.
Add about a tablespoon of olive oil, the bottom of a pan, and heat it to medium-high heat. Add the diced onion. And we're gonna let this cook for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of flour. Let this cook for about a minute. Then you're going to whisk in 6 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Sometimes I'll just use 4 cups of chicken broth and then 2 cups of water plus a little bit of bouillon if I know that I don't wanna have that extra 2 cups of chicken broth left over. If you like the chili super thick, you can add just 4 cups of broth, but I like mine a little brothier. 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, depending on how spicy you like it, and about a teaspoon of salt. If you're not using low sodium chicken broth, don't add the salt. Adding a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies, add the chicken. I'm gonna let this come to a boil, and then I'm gonna turn it down and add the beans. Also, just a reminder, when you're letting this come to a boil, you can just start cleaning up a little bit. I have ADHD, so I make a huge mess all the time. But if I just start putting stuff away right when I'm waiting for something to get done, it's a lot easier in the end. Came to a boil, and then I just lowered it to like a high simmer, and I'm gonna add the can of beans that I mashed up with my fork, and also the can that I just drained and rinsed. Let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. This has been simmering and I just turned it off the heat, and I'm gonna add a little secret ingredient, 2 ounces of low-fat cream cheese. You can use normal cream cheese too if you don't wanna use low-fat. If you really don't wanna add this, you don't have to, but this really like takes it up a notch and makes it really delicious without having to add too much. Like I feel like white bean chicken chili can be really indulgent. It can have like half and half and sour cream and all that kind of stuff. It's still really flavorful and delicious, but it's just a lighter version. I'm also stirring in about a 1/2 cup of shredded Mexican cheese blend. This makes amazing leftovers. I think it's even better the next day after it's like sat in the fridge and the flavors have all come together. I'm topping it with a little bit more cheese and some chives and a couple of tortilla chips. So good. My dad said it's his favorite soup of all time.